Hi everybody, welcome back to my Stamperia Grand Hotel mini album tutorial project. Last time we made this little adorable purse pocket, and I did make a handle which I will include in the cutting guide with the templates. So it's just a little half circle template. It's 1/2 inch wide and it's a 4.5 inch I think diameter, but I'll have a template for you. So let me just set that aside. And let's get started with continuing our mats. Okay, I did pick some things out and I decided what we're going to do on those back pages that we haven't decided yet. So on this inside front cover, I've chosen these 3 pieces to do a triple mat. Okay, so I'm going to set the book aside and do that first. I'll give you measurements. So the bottom, the craft colored mat, this is artisan cardstock from Country Craft Creations, and the bottom mat is, looks like 8 7/8 by 6 7/8, and that is in the craft. And then the burgundy mat, which is also artisan cardstock, is 6 3/4 by 8 3/4, and then the pattern paper is going to be 6 1/2 by 8 1/2. Okay, and I'm just going to ink the top paper. If you wanted to, excuse me, if you wanted to with this paper, you could cut it either here or along this stripe here and make a little tuck out of it, like just glue these pieces down separately as a little tuck. I decided not to, just because I think this is going to be a beautiful place on the inside front cover for a big photo or something like that. Let me go ahead, I'm going to glue these together and then I'll glue them into the book. And I am using art glitter glue for this. I always use art glitter glue for my mats. I may mix it up and use score tape sometimes for construction, and other times I use art glitter glue, but for my mats it's always art glitter glue. And we're getting to be, I know it's approaching the end of August as I'm filming this. It's not too early to start thinking about stocking up on your art glitter glue because it can't be shipped in the cold weather. So if you're going to be using it through the winter, it's a good idea to get some, even if you don't live where it gets cold, because I don't live where it gets cold. But it gets cold where it's being shipped from. And if it freezes, it's ruined. And the company doesn't ship it, so if somebody is selling it to you in the winter and sending it to you, you may not get a good product. I know at Country Craft Creations sometimes Tamara will, if she has any to send, will just package it up, you know, with foil and all kinds of padding in hopes of getting it there not frozen. But of course that's only in an emergency situation. I can't speak for her. I don't know if she'll even do it, but it's really better to just start thinking about it now and start stocking up. Okay, that looks good. Like I said, this is going to be a nice spot for a nice big picture, or a couple of pictures and some journaling or whatever you wanted to put there. I'm sorry, I just realized I did not have my microphone on the whole time. I hope you could hear me. Okay, let's glue this in. And I didn't leave myself a whole lot of cushion to put this in. It's very close to the same size as the inside cover. So go. Okay, now, again, I'm going to have to be really careful here because I have no real leeway to play with. There's maybe a 32nd of an inch, maybe a 16th, not much more. Okay, that looks good. That's disgusting, that baby wipe. I need a new one. I think I've got, so I don't know if I have a dry one. I may need to use that one. Oh, I want to grab some more. I use these. They're cheap and they don't have any lint and they work just fine for me. I just need to, I'm just putting these up on my camera stand to dry. Sorry about that if I made you shake. Okay, there we go. All right, now that is the front. Now, I don't know if I showed you, I can't remember. Here's the back cover. I used this patchwork print and it says handmade in this bottom corner. So I really liked that. And then in the back, what I ended up deciding is I want to put a belly band here, a vertical belly band. Oh, I folded that. Well, so it'll be all right because it'll be covered. And then I have a flap that's going to go there, with an accordion pocket here. And I'm thinking I may put, even though this is going to be held with a magnet, I may put a strap or something to echo this belly band. I haven't decided. But I did cut a piece in case I need it. Well, let's go ahead and do this belly band. It is 1.5 by 9.5. Score it at a 1/2 inch at each end. Okay. I'm just going to do a dry fit, make sure it fits. And it does not. It's a little long. Okay. So let me grab my scoreboard and just help if I had it facing the right way. Here we go. So I scored originally at a 1/2, and I'm just going to give myself just a little bit more, not quite another 1/8, just a hair under. Okay, and let's go ahead and see where that is. Good, that's good. Okay. And you can see I put some temporary inserts in the side pockets. I'll show you those in a minute. There's ones we're going to use. I don't know why I'm calling them temporary, but I haven't decorated them or rounded the corners or anything. I just stuck them in there. Okay. And I'm just eyeballing here the center. That looks pretty good. Okay, there. Now let's do this accordion pocket, got a piece. Give you the measurements. So 9 3/4 by 4 1/2. Score one long edge at a 1/2 inch. Score each of the short edges at 1/2, 1, and 1 1/2. Okay, and that's going to leave you with, see these little 3 squares at the bottom? 1, 2, 3. You're going to trim those out. Okay. Like that. Then you're going to take the line that is closest to the center, and you're going to fold that back. Here, I'll get the book out of the way. Okay, fold that one back, just like that. Then you're going to fold the next one out, like that. And then you're going to fold this one back again. So when that's folded back, you end up with this little W shape. Okay, it's an accordion. That's where the pocket gets its name. Maybe on this side. Okay. All right, so there we have that. Okay, and you can accordion the bottom too, but I don't usually. Folded up like that. And usually the way I do it is this is going to go there, and I like to trim. There's a lot of bulk down here at the bottom there where this is going to come up and over, and if you want to, you can trim it out or you can leave it, but I definitely want to angle these bottom ones just a little bit. Okay, right, so that's going to go like that. All right, that's going to give us a lot of volume in this pocket. And I know I talked a little bit about doing a waterfall here, and the reason I ended up choosing against it was, well, there were 2 reasons. One, I liked the idea of having the pocket with the flap and lots of room to put things in, and the other is waterfalls take a lot of paper to decorate, and I was actually running out a little bit, so I didn't want to risk running out of paper when I came to decorating other things. Okay, so that's going to go like that. And what you can do, and I think what I will do, so let's put that down. So I folded in my waterfall, I mean not my waterfall, we were talking about waterfalls, put it in my head, my accordion side flap there, and I'm going to put a little dab of glue there, and I'm looking for, hang on, there we go, I'm going to use one of these baby little clothespins that I have from the craft store. You could use whatever clamping mechanism you have, be it a paper clip or binder clips are really good for this. Alright, so then I'm going to fold that up and over like that, and I'm going to hold it in place with my little clothespin. It'll dry, you know, the art glitter glue grabs on in a hurry, so it won't take long, but so I'm reaching for my clip. You can see this one's pretty much holding already, but it'll just make it easier to put down if it's secured. Okay, and you know what, I probably should have trimmed this before I folded that over, but I'm going to just go ahead and just snip that. See how I did that? And I'm grabbing all 3 layers and just snipping the corner up to the fold. There we go. Just like that. Okay. All right, so let's let that dry for a second. And then we have our flap, and the flap is 8 7/8 by 8. Is that right? No, 6 7/8 by 8. I was going to say that didn't look right. All right, let me fold that. And trim the corners. I'm not going to put this down just yet. I'll get it ready. There. Okay. All right, this is probably holding enough now. That's really all it takes. It's just a second. Well, not a second, but 30 seconds maybe. All right, but that's enough to make it a lot easier to handle. And then you're just going to put glue on all 3 of these flaps. This right here at the bottom, and I'm sorry, I am trying to find light that will allow me to see it. I'm going to, I hope, the eye doctor this week, and hopefully I can get some new glasses that will allow me to see a little bit better, although the ones I have aren't too bad. Here we go. And then just going to reach inside the side there and get the one that's attached to the actual book and get that burnished down a little bit. Okay, and I've got a little glue sticking out there. Let's get that. Okay, so there's that. We're going to need a magnet. We're going to need a magnet here. So let's see. There's going to be plenty of room for the magnet because this flap really overlaps the pocket by quite a lot. All right, so let's go ahead and attach the flap. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Before I attach this flap, now I have to decide, do I want to add a belly band to the front? And also it looks a hair wide, because this was 3/4 and this is 7/8. I think I'm going to take this down to the 3/4 as well. All right, I am just going to open up my laptop, which I have right off screen here, because I want to adjust that measurement for that flap since I changed it. I try to keep the file for the cut list right there next to me so that as I work I can add things to it and make any adjustments. Okay, so now do we or do we not want a belly band on here? I mean, I can still add it even after I glue it down, because I was going to tuck it under, but that wouldn't give me enough volume to put anything in it. That would make it pretty tight. I'm also thinking, see how if I put my finger there, I don't know if you can see it. Hang on. Yeah. All right, if I put my finger here, these 2 corners are lifting a little, and I know that when I get the paper on it, it'll lay a lot more flat, but I'm wondering if I need to do 2 magnets because this is pretty wide. So I'm going to put it down first, and then I might even mat it, and then we'll decide. Looking to see. Okay, let's go ahead and put it down. I have plenty of magnets because my order came, but this pocket is going to be really nice for putting a lot of things in. Oops. So I am just lining this up with I'm lining the flap up with the pocket to make sure it's even, and then I'll press it down. Okay, make sure that looks straight. And it's not too bad. Could be a little straighter, but it's okay. Okay, there we go. And even though, like I said, I know I'm going to be matting it, and the mat will hold it more firmly. I think I'll wait. I'm going to wait and decide whether I want to. It's not so much that I don't want to use the magnets as I just feel like it might be too difficult to open with 2 magnets, but it might look better. So we're going to wait and see. And let me get my pencil, and I'm just going to write magnets so I don't forget. All this is going to be covered, and I'm terrible about forgetting magnets, so making myself a couple of notes so I don't forget. Okay, so there's that. Let me show you these side pocket inserts. They're all the same. They're all craft cardstock, artisan craft cardstock, and I made 5 of them, which I'll show you in a moment, because even though we only have 4 pages, you need 5. So 8 1/4 by 5 3/4, and we will decorate them around the corners and all that. And they go, as you can see, there's the first one, here's the second one, here's the third one, here's the fourth one, and the 5th one is over here in this pocket that we attached. So right there. So this page is mirror imaged. Okay. And so now we need to mat this whole assembly, and let's see. So for this pocket, we need a piece 5 1/4 by 8 1/4, or do I want to go 5 3/8 by 8 3/8? I think is what I've been using throughout. Let me double check. Yeah, 3/8, 5 3/8 by 8 3/8. Okay, so let me pick some mats and I'll be back. I have cut and inked. Put that in upside down. I've cut and inked all of the mats. I want that to go. I want that to go like this. For this section, so I'm going to go ahead and put these down, and I'm going to start with the belly bands. I'm going to move that over to the side, and the way I like to do this is to actually put the piece in there and glue it. Well, take the pen out of glue. Apply the glue while it's where I want it, rather than trying to get a piece that's covered with glue in under that belly band. It's easier for me to do it this way. Okay. So I'm going to get this piece right there. Okay. Just like that, making sure it's not interfering with anything. Okay. And then just get all of these. All right, so turn this way so I can get at it easier. I'm not giving you mat measurements because you just need to measure your spot and adjust accordingly. Just make your mat 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch shorter in each direction than the measurement. Okay, and let's see if we can put that there. There we go. Now I'm going to put this mat down because it doesn't need a magnet under it, and then there's the pocket lining. It's not going to need a magnet, so at that point I'm going to have to make up my mind how many magnets I'm going to put. Okay. Oh, it's not. It's fine. Oh, I was looking at it. Okay. It's not bad. It's not doing that bowing thing quite so much as it was. And there'll be a second one here, so I think we will be okay with just one. This is the mat for the inside. I'm going to leave that for now. This is the mat for the lining. Set that aside. And you're going to note it's a little too narrow. And the reason for that is this was originally going to go here, and I cut it too narrow. And I just didn't have enough paper to recut it. So I don't want to waste it. So I'm going to use it to line this pocket. It'll be fine. Put any magnets down there. I just have that written there to try to remind me so I wouldn't forget the magnets. Okay, oops. I'm just going to center it since it's too narrow. There we go. Okay. Alright, so now we need to do the magnets. Set these aside. Magnet, 2 magnets. Yep, I'm not going to go with 4. 2 and 2, or 2. I could put the 2 and 2, or just 1 in the middle. I'm going to go with just the 1 in the middle. I think it will be fine. Okay. And grab my score tape. Centered and down about an inch. I hope that's enough. I think it is. Okay. And I have my little scrap here. This piece is going here. And just have a little bit of glue sticking up there. Okay. And let's put this last piece here. That's going to go just like that. You can see that's the cover. Okay. There we go. Be careful that magnet is there. You don't want to bruise your paper, which I remind you, I think, every time. Okay. Yeah, that's fine with this single magnet. Okay. And it's moving on nicely. Okay. So now we have completed all of the basics except for our spine. I need to pick out something for the spine. You know what? Let's just do it. No, I'm not going to do it because I think I'm probably going to make a tassel or something for the spine. So I need to plan on that before I do the spine piece. But anyway, so we've done all of the basics. And now we just need to get all our cut aparts together, decorate our side pocket inserts. And then after we've, you know what, that is lifting. It's driving me crazy. I should have probably done 2. Is it too late? I think it's too late. unless then I would have to add more paper. We're going to leave it, see how it goes. Anyway, we're going to do side pocket inserts. We're going to do all of our cut aparts and tags, everything that came with the collection I'm going to prepare, and then we'll see what else we need in terms of if there's anything we need to make in terms of photo mats, things like that. Okay, so I will be back with all those things cut apart, and we'll put them in the book, and then we'll decide on this how we're going to decorate the side pocket inserts. Okay, so I will see you shortly. All right, I'm back. I have all my cut aparts. Some of them are in the book, which I'll show you. And I've pulled out all of my side pocket inserts because I want to decorate these. I'm not entirely sure of the final thing, but what I in my Christmas in the Country album, I really loved having that strip of pattern paper along the edge. So I'm going to do that with these. And I may or may not add other matting, but that's what we're going to do first. And we may come back to them, we may not. So I'm going to take my 1/2 inch rounder, and I'm going to round all 4 corners of each of the inserts. Okay, so I've done all of those, and then I cut 5 pieces, because remember, even though we only have 4 pages, we have 5 of the side pocket inserts. And these are 1.5 by 8, 1.5 by 8. Okay, and these need to be rounded only on 2 of the edges. And I'm just checking to see it's not particularly directional. So just do one corner and then the other corner like that, and they'll go like that. Okay, and like I said, I haven't decided if I'm going to mat this or not. We'll talk about it as we get to it. So we're just going to repeat that process. Okay, so there's that. Now these just need to be inked and glued. I sized these so that I would have about 4 inches, so that you could put a 4x6 photo vertically here, and you can't really get a 6 across because this pocket is not that deep, but you could trim it if you wanted to. Then I just haven't decided yet if I'm going to make a mat to go in this spot. We'll see. I'm kind of leaning towards will, but I'm not sure. Just see what I feel like doing. Now, before I put those in the book, and again, I may end up matting those. I'm really leaning towards that I will. I also want to show you, pull this up, here's the back. I've got quite a few things tucked in here at this point, which we will get to. Put those over. I realized when I was cutting the mats that I had never matted this little section right here on the back page, so I'm just going to do that real quick. Of that. Okay, there we go. All right. this is the little envelope, and I tucked a couple of cards in there that we need to mat, but this is the envelope from the cut-aparts, and this is one of the, and I've made a few of these, one of the big square cut-aparts, and I cut a piece 11.5 by 5 3/4, scored it in half, folded it, made then matted the inside with the craft and the front with one of the cut-aparts, and the back is just plain. And I made a few of those, so I'm just going to tuck that in there. And let's go through, and we need to put our inserts back in. Let's get that out of the way. Okay. And let's see. That's kind of pretty there, I think. Whoops, let me put the pin back in my glue. Okay, and then this one might look nice with the blue. That's good. And then this one, maybe the stripe. That picks up some of the colors. That's nice. And this one, I think this, because we have the patch. Oh yeah, this has to go here, because I don't want to, when we get to the next page, this is how it's matted, so this one will go here. Okay, and we may come back. Like I said, I'm leaning towards that I will come back and add some more mats to those pieces. Okay, so now let's go back to the front and see where we're at. All right, so I'm looking to see. Okay, so here I have, I've put a couple things in here. It's not done, but I've got a couple things. This is a little, just a fussy cut from this paper here, and you can see I need to fix it a little bit. And I'm just going to make a tuck spot out of this. And if you didn't want to tuck something and you just wanted to put a big picture, you just put it right over it. Okay, that's a little more even. And ink that. And I'm just going to put that right there. That'll be fine. And I'm trying to decide where I want to glue it. There. Okay, so that will be a tuck spot, and you can see we'll have that. Okay, and I don't know if you saw I had matted the back of that. And then in this pocket, I have a couple of the vertical cut-aparts, which I may do something with. That's what I was thinking, actually. Something like that. The only thing is they're so pretty on the back, but I still think I'm going to go ahead and mat this one like that. This one I haven't decided on, so I'm going to set it aside. This is just a plain photo mat that is 4.5 by 6.5, and it's matted with the craft, so you can put a 4 by 6 there. And let's just go ahead and make this little insert, and I think I'm going to round the corners of the burgundy. And I'll grab my corner rounder, get this out of the way, like that. Yeah, that's nice. I'm just going to go through and just show you some of the things I've already decided on, so that you can see most of what I'm going to do, and then I'll probably finish making inserts off camera just in the interest of saving time. But then when we do the walkthrough, you'll see everything if I haven't already shown you how to make whatever it is I've added, I'll go over it with you. Okay, so that is going to go in there like that. So there's that. So that goes like that. Okay, pull that over. Okay, so then we turn this over. This is pretty full. I've got these little tags. This is another one of those booklets that I showed you just a minute ago. Okay, that's going to go there, just in there. And these are just a couple of the tags. And let me show you, we'll make another one. And I still have to put the hole in the top and add some ribbon or twine or something. But let's grab one so I can show you. They're all in a little stack over here. Okay, so let's just do this one. So, sorry, my microphone cord is there. Okay. So I've got the craft. I've just pulled over to see which color I want. And I've got the blue. And let me see if I have a piece of burgundy handy. I do. So these are the colors that we used. Oh, this looks pretty with the burgundy, definitely. So all I did with this is take your scissors and cut around the edges to give yourself that decorative shape. And I'm sorry I'm doing this off camera, but I just can't see otherwise. Once you've cut it, go ahead and ink. Oh, hang on. Don't forget to round the bottom corners. There we go. Okay. And then fit this. It is going to fit this way. Alright, so I need a piece 2.5 inches wide from the cardstock. Okay, so this piece is 2.5 by 3 3/4. And then you're just going to glue this, just center it on your piece of cardstock, just like so. Okay. Reasonably centered and reasonably straight. Okay, just a little crooked, but it'll work. Okay, and then you want to take your scissors and you want to cut just around this top fancy edge, leaving about the same reveal as you did here, and you also want to round those bottom corners. There we go. Okay, and I did that with these tags here. And actually I just stuck in here. I may rearrange what's in these pockets. I'm not sure I want this particular one there or this one here. Let's pull this one over. I like the way that looks with that. This, I'm not sure about this purple, so where's that one we have in the back? That one's the blue. I kind of like the blue one there, so let's keep going and we'll decide on that later. Okay, so here what I've done, two things that we're going to do. Let me set this aside for the moment. I've made a little pocket. It's going to go here. I matted this with the craft, and then I've made this little pocket, and it's just out of the pattern paper. And I cut a piece 6.5 by 3 and did the usual, scored the two short sides, one long side at 1/2 inch, trimmed out the corners, folded it up to form a pocket. And I am going to ink this a little bit. this down. Now don't put this right into the fold, all right? Just leave it up right where the mat ends. It's just about as wide as the mat. It's not as wide as the flap, it's as wide as the mat. So just go ahead and put that down there. We'll let that dry some before we put anything in it, okay? But you'll see, it'll be a cute spot for something. And then here we're going to do another tuck spot, and we're going to fussy cut these little suitcases out of this smaller square piece. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Oops. Okay, so here, there we go. Isn't that cute? Super cute. Okay, let's go ahead and ink that. Careful of our little tag there. Now, all right, so I'm always inclined to put these in the same spot, which is this corner here. I don't really like them in the middle that much, although sometimes I do. Hang on, let's just grab a thing. Now, I'm worried about that little tag that I left on catching on stuff, but I think I'd rather have it in the corner, even if that is where I always put them. And for this, I think I'm just going to do this bottom suitcase on the side and then across the bottom, and I'm going to leave this top part free, maybe. I'm just worried about that little tag bit. It might be better to put the whole thing down. Well, for now, I'm going to do it that way, and if this proves to be a problem, I'll just glue it down later. So you can see. Okay. And of course, you can do these at angles or whatever, but I'm going to put it down straight. At least, I'll try to put it down straight. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay. And as I said, whoops, if I need to, I will come back and glue this side down. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, that looks good. Okay, then here, what I have is, if you notice with these two small square cut aparts, the backgrounds are very similar to these papers here. This one's the same. This one's quite close to this one. And so I thought I would put these try to decide which way. One up, one down. We could put them both. No, I definitely want to stagger them. This one up and this one down. And I'm not doing them as tuck spots. I'm just going to glue them down as a decoration on the page. You can always just put a photo right over them if you want to. Although why I'm putting, I don't know, I could put them as tuck spots. No. These do open up, and I didn't put anything in here, so this would be room for lots of pictures. Okay, and then here we have a bit to do yet here. I've just tucked a few things in the pockets. These are the rectangular cut aparts, and I'm going to do something with those, but I haven't quite decided what. Maybe little booklets. But I do have this piece that I just want to put here. I think it looks beautiful. Now, if you know you're going to be putting lots of pictures, you have a big picture you want to put here, don't put this here. Just leave it for your pictures. But I know I'm not going to be putting a lot of pictures in here. And so I am going to go ahead and just use this to decorate. And then, you know, if you ever did get a picture, a large picture, you could just cover it. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm just going to basically center this like that. I think it's a little bit far to the right. Nudge it to the left. There we go. Oh, I should have inked that. Or did I ink it? Sure should have inked it more anyway. Okay, there we go. That's fine. That looks nice. Now, one thing you could do, and I thought about doing, but I decided to spare us all, you could cut across here and here, like all the way across here, all the way across here, and then down the middle, like make a big eye, and then score it here and here, and you could open this, right? It would look really cute. So just a thought. And then I showed you we have this envelope here and this little booklet here, which, you know, I haven't made up my mind that that's definitely staying there, but that's what's there right now. I'm going to do the same thing we just did, but with this one here. And these are pretty on the back, but I don't mind gluing them down. They're not so gorgeous that it's killing me to hide the back. Okay. Because this paper, as we talked about at some point during the construction, I can't remember when, doesn't really have, other than the cut aparts, doesn't really have a feature page or something really dramatic on it like so many of the Stamperia papers do. By gluing these big pieces down like this, it kind of gives you a feature. Okay. Go. There's a magnet right there, so be careful. All right, go. Keep knocking things down. I'm hearing them hit the ground. Okay, so let me get this out of the way because I'm going to lift this up, and I'm going to do the exact same thing here on the inside with this piece. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. Again, be careful of that magnet. Okay, there's that. Okay, so those are sort of the major elements. I'm going to go through, I'm going to mat some of these, make some more tags, decide what I'm going to do about these, where I'm going to put my little booklets, and if I'm going to mat these. I think we've got enough for now, so I'm going to call this done. And when we come back, I'll close this up. When we come back next time, I'm going to finish these inserts. If I decide to make any other decorative elements, I'll show you how to do them. I'm not anticipating doing anything much, maybe a paper clip or something like that, if at all. And because Stamperia papers, I'm looking for my pen, Stamperia papers really speak for themselves, so I don't fuss too much with them. I'm doing a little more with this one than I usually do even. So we're going to do, next time, well, I'll show you whatever we finished with this and anything I need to show you how to do if I haven't already. And I think we'll start on our cover and finish our cover. So next time we should finish, I believe. We'll get the cover done, we'll finish the inserts and the tags, and that will be that. So thank you so much for watching. If you have not already subscribed, please do so. I really appreciate it. I will have a link down below where you can purchase this collection, and the cardstock is from Country Craft Creations, and I'm not giving you an alternative because I don't use anything else. I've tried other things. I have other cardstock in my collection, and every time I use it I don't like it. So definitely get your artisan cardstock from Country Craft Creations. It's the best. Okay, and I will see you next time, and we will finish up this beautiful book. Thanks so much for watching. And I should mention, I am on the design team at Country Craft Creations, but that's not why I'm telling you to get the cardstock there. I'm telling you that because it really is the best. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. I'll see you next time.